Hello friends, welcome to Inside Cycle Initiative. In today's video, we are going to discuss about SIPRI. That is, the video title is SIPRI Report on International Arms Transfer. Okay, this report will tell you about international arms and the trends in international arms exports as well as the imports. Now let's see what are the video components in this video. First one is why it is in news, context. Okay, in this context we mainly discuss about what is this report and how this report is relevant to India. Then Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, that is SIPRI. So here we are going to discuss about the organization details. Then highlights of the report. After that we will discuss about India's budgetary allocation and defense and India's changing trends in terms of defense. Like in the past we used to majorly depend on Russia, but now we are diversifying our imports. And in the recent context of challenges with China, our spending on imports increased very significantly. Okay, so we will discuss about those things and challenges faced by India in the indigenous production. Actually, we are putting quite a lot of efforts in the production of weapons within the country. So what are the challenges? Then some of the facts related to arms imports. That means which countries are mainly spending on arms and how the nuclear deployments across various countries. Some interesting facts we are going to discuss here, and finally we will draw the conclusion. So this is about the video components. First, according to this report, the major highlight is India is world's top arms importer. That means in terms of importing of arms, India is in the top position. Okay, so which factors driving India towards that? Mainly after the Galvan Valley incident. After that, we are aggressively spending on arms imports. Even that is reflected in terms of S-400 anti-missile system, and even recently we tested our enhanced Agni 5 system, and even we got this Apache and Chinook helicopters as well, and we are aggressively going in terms of infrastructure building across the border areas as well. Now let's see, SIPRI released new data on international arms transfer. Let's see what this is saying. First, SIPRI. This is international institute and which is independent in nature, and they mainly do research on conflict, armaments, arms control and disarmament. Disarmament means avoiding arms, whereas armament means enhancing a particular country's armory. Next, this organization is established in 1966 and it is based in Stockholm, Sweden. And very interestingly, Stockholm is also platform for Nobel Prizes as well, distribution of Nobel Prizes, except the Peace Prize. Next, it gives a ranking among the among the countries, and it is one of the most respected ranking across the think tank related to defense. They do research in terms of this arms as well as the various conflicts, and they do policy analysis of various countries and dialogue. They facilitate dialogue among the arms suppliers, and finally they promote the transparency and accountability in terms of usage of arms. By the way, tell me students, what is the FDA limit in defense in India? Okay, put your answer. What is the FDA limit in defense sector? Next. So now, what is the SIPRI report is saying about India? India is continuing to the world's largest arms importer, despite India is already trying to enhance its indigenous production. Despite of that, still we are remaining the top importer, mainly because the imminent danger we faced with China. In terms of imports, between 2019 to 2023, India accounted for almost all 10% of the global arms imports. See, this is quite significant, and this increase, it was steady. Between 2019 to 2023, 4.7% increase in arms imports. Okay, sorry, between 14 to 18, 4.7%. Now between 29 to 23, it is doubled almost all. This is mainly due to this military stand-up with China, like Galvan Valley kind of incidents. That is the reason. Next, changing dynamics in terms of arms supplies. Changing dynamics means previously, especially during the Cold War period, India was more tilted towards Russia. We heavily dependent on Russia regarding the arms, especially that was visible in terms of MiG fighter jets. Okay, mainly. Even we dependent on Russia regarding the aircraft carrier as well. And you all know that Russia played very significant role in terms of the 1966 India-Pakistan agreement, that is Tashkent agreement. Even before we went into the war, that is Bangladesh Liberation War, even India made this India-Russia Peace and Friendship Treaty as well. Okay, and of course we we purchased S-400 anti-missile system as well. Okay, and in terms of space also, that for the Gaganyaan astronauts, Russia is providing some kind of technical support in terms of training. So let's see, Russia at the moment, it is contributing around 36% of the India's imports. However, we are diversifying. Obviously, the diversification is the need of the hour, because we cannot simply depend on one country, and now Russia is completely busy in conflict with Ukraine. Now after 1960 to 64, after that, now this is the first time that out of the entire imports, Russian imports are less than half. That means in all these years, that how much we dependent on Russia. Next, growing role of Western supplies, mainly France and USA. From USA, we are importing quite a lot. Almost all, these two countries are collectively accounting for almost all 46% of the India's arms import. That from France, like Rafale fighter jets we imported from France. Even the Scorpion class submarines as well. Submarines we imported from France. And USA, just now I referred, like Apache, Chinook helicopters and various other arms we are importing. And India's is already, this order is in pipeline. India is already procuring 31 armed MQ-9B Sky Guardian drones. Actually nowadays the role of drones is increasing a lot. Especially we know that this Al-Qaeda leader Al-Jawahiri, he was being killed by drone attack. Okay, so in this modern world, drones role is getting increased. So we are importing this drones from USA, and even we are importing drones even from Israel as well. Israel is also very advanced in terms of defense point of view. And furthermore, 26 Rafale M class fighter jets we are importing from France. Global arms trade landscape, let's see. Top importers India, followed by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Ukraine, Pakistan. See, Ukraine, because now Ukraine is, from last 2 years, it is heavily involved in Russia-Ukraine conflict. Top exporters, obviously USA, which is leading with 42% of the share, then France and Russia. Actually for USA, India is one of the largest defense market. Not only the defense market, even for USA, even like for regarding the nuclear reactors also, for that also India is a very biggest market. That is the reason in 2005, I think so, after George Bush Jr., after he became president, at that time India and USA, we went for civil nuclear deal. Of course, it started implementing from 2008, but initially the agreement was made in 2005. Next, India's role as a major arms customer. India is also importing arms from other countries like Israel, like I already mentioned. China's dominating in supply in Pakistan. We know that already. Pakistan is quite heavily depending on China, and even Pakistan Pakistan getting support from China in terms of the CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. And recently Maldives also tilting towards China. We have seen that. Previously Maldives had India first foreign policy, but recently they dropped that one. Even they ordered the withdrawal of Indian troops from the Maldivian soil. So these kind of developments we are seeing. Mainly China is influencing our neighbors mainly with its money power. Okay, but ultimately this kind of loans giving by China, it is leading to the debt traps. That was quite evident. Next, so some of the challenges faced by India in indigenous production, because you may get doubts why we are spending this much amount of the money on imports. Why can't we encourage indigenous production? Of course, we are in that process. In that process, even Union government announced defense corridors also. Okay, so what are the challenges? Mainly challenges are some of the projects under strategic partnership, still they are not materialized and they are not grounded yet. Next, and the strategic partnership policy, it has to be rethink. Then low foreign direct investment in defense. So these are some of the challenges we are facing and we have to address this. Next, some of the facts. 9 nuclear armed states at the moment, that means officially these 9 countries announced themselves as they are having nuclear weapons. Already 5 permanent countries in UN Security Council, USA, Russia, UK, France, China, then India, Pakistan, North Korea, Israel. Okay. So actually regarding this nuclear weapons development only, India had difference of opinion with other countries, especially these P5 countries. That is the reason India did not sign on the non-proliferation treaty. Because India did not sign on the non-proliferation treaty, India denied the membership in the nuclear suppliers group. Okay. Next, deployed nuclear warheads. USA is having largest nuclear warhead, then followed with Russia, then France, then UK. Next, total inventory of nuclear warheads. Russia is having the highest inventory, USA, China. And country with no deployed nuclear warheads. India did not deploy, China, Pakistan, North Korea and Israel. Here, worth to remember that is India follows the nuclear doctrine. That is, first one is no first use policy. That is, unless until other countries attacks India or they are ready to attack India, okay, with nuclear weapons, as a preemptive action, we may use the nuclear weapon. That is the first thing. And the second thing is, India never uses nuclear weapons on non-nuclear country. That is also important. So these are the two principles we follow as a part of our nuclear doctrine. Next, the conclusion. India's status as world's top arms importer, it underscores the need for strategic reforms, and so that we can enhance the defense industrial base and we can reduce the dependence on foreign supplies. So now we have to think about our strategic development of indigenous production. Yesterday's video, with reference to Agni 4 missile, which of the following statements are right? Okay, it is a surface to surface missile, right? It is fueled by liquid propellant, no, solid. Next, it can deliver 1 ton nuclear warhead about 7,500 kilometers. Not that. The range of Agni 4 is, it's quite around 4,000 kilometers, not 7,500 kilometers. Now let's see today's video question. Lancet drones are operated by which one of the following countries' armies? Lancet drones. Main question. Signing of various defense agreement will allow India and the US to act together and get into better position to shape the regional, okay, it is talking about regional and a global environment, and critically analyze in the light of the recently signed basic exchange and cooperation agreement. You know that India and USA, India signed with all the 4 major defense agreement with USA, okay, and USA recognized India as their major defense partner. So India is the only country which got that kind of status. As we done with the video, okay, in this video we mainly discuss about the SIPRI report and their findings. Not only about that, we also discuss about the SIPRI organization. Then how the India's imports are getting diversified and what are the challenges India facing. In that context, even we discussed about top importers to India and the global top importers. And apart from that, we also discussed about certain facts related to these arms, okay, nuclear warhead capacity and all the details. So this is the detailed analysis regarding the SIPRI reports. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Jai Hind.